Hello and welcome to a brand new Football Manager 2021 video. I'm Joe. If you're new around here, make sure you click that subscribe button for daily FM21 content. Today we are starting a brand new prediction series where in particular we're going to be looking at what FM21 predicts to happen at the end of the 2020-21 English Premier League season. We'll also be looking at the Championship down all the way through the playable leagues to the Vanarama National League North and South. So we'll see how they're getting on. It's going to be really exciting. I love doing these sort of videos, and I did these a few years ago. I got all the way to 750 years into the future, I believe. With one of the saves, and this is going to be the save that I use to simulate all the way into the future on my brand new computer. I'm hoping that it's going to absolutely race through it. So expect 50 years in the future to come out in the next couple of days, 100 years in the future, 250, 500, and I'm hoping to get to 1,000 years in the future so we can see what will happen in the year 3021, and touch wood, COVID will be a thing of the past, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe it'll still be around. But yeah, I guess what we're going to do first is look at the Premier League, and you can already see by the insecure jobs that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is insecure. So I'm assuming Man United didn't have the best Premier League season in the world, but we'll have a little look anyway. And just, you know, on the subject of Man United, I'm currently doing a daily Sir Alex Ferguson challenge on the channel, so make sure you check that out if you are interested in Let's Play type stuff. So you can see Man United have finished 5th in the Premier League. Let's have a little look at what's happened. So Liverpool, predictably maybe, have won the Premier League, 89 points. They lost 3 times. Manchester City have finished 2nd, Chelsea 3rd, Arsenal in 4th. So Arsenal back into the Champions League. Man United have just missed out, finishing in 5th, Tottenham 6th, and Everton in 7th. So not exactly a massively shocking top 7 there. Burnley finishing 8th, West Brom 9th. Those are fairly high. Leicester City in 10th. Let's have a look at who were relegated. So Aston Villa, that doesn't bode well for me, being they're the club that I'm doing the Sir Alex Ferguson challenge with. Crystal Palace go down, Roy Hodgson's Crystal Palace of course, and Brighton and Hove Albion end their stay in the Premier League. But Newcastle stay out on goal difference. Wow. And look how close it was from Sheffield United down all the way to Aston Villa, only 12 points in that. Leeds United finishing 15th, West Ham United finishing 16th there. Wolves in a disappointing 13th, but I guess they'll be happy to have another crack at it next season. Chris Wood is the top goal scorer. What on earth has happened here? Well, guys, I mean, if you're starting a new save, try and get this guy, Chris Wood. I mean, I remember him at West Brom all those years ago, and he never looked like he would really be a good player. But since joining Burnley, to be fair, he scored 10 goals at least in every Premier League season since then, and he's really took it to the next level. At the age of 29, in his peak now, the New Zealander 25 goals in 30 appearances. That looked like, wow. What a season for him. Lacazette finishing 2nd. We'll have a little look at the sort of top 10 if you like. So Lacazette, Aguero up there, Raheem Sterling of course, Kai Havertz having a good first season in the Premier League. Callum Wilson looks like a beast on this year's game for Newcastle. Colin Grant for West Bromwich Albion there. Any real interesting ones? Ollie Watkins for Aston Villa, 13 goals considering they finished bottom. That's not too bad. Long and Ings for Southampton there, doing reasonably well. But yeah, Mo Salah only 12. That's a little bit of a shock. And obviously last year's Golden Boot winner Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang finishing with 13 from 36. Top assists appears to be N'Golo Kante, 16 he's got. Silva and De Bruyne getting 15 each there. Best player according to average rating is a standoff between Kevin De Bruyne and Sadio Mane. Raheem Sterling pretty close as well. Hugo Lloris gets the Golden Glove along with Allison, and Bernd Leno was up at third place as well. Yellow cards, Ruben Diaz, 13 for him. Milivojevic for Crystal Palace, he's got 13. And Virgil van Dijk, 12. That's quite a lot as well. Most man of the match is Kevin De Bruyne with 10. Wow. Very, very interesting that. I'd love to see the sort of shape of the season. Well, Liverpool were pretty much the best team the whole way through. City, yeah, they were very much the challengers. What about Arsenal? Yeah, they seemed to get off to a reasonably poor start, and they didn't actually crack the top four until match 14, so in December time, and then they stayed there, and they were up and down. That's very reminiscent of sort of Arsenal of the late late noughties, if you like. Tottenham, how did they do? Started off reasonably poorly and got better throughout the season. What about Burnley? Were Burnley... I'm expecting to see a team that started up there and just dropped like a stone. I guess it was West Brom, really. They had a surge up the table, and by match 12, they were up in 4th place. And, well, you know, they did all right. What about Wolves? Villa, wow, they were rooted at the bottom from match 14. Palace were down there as well. But look at that. They were out of the relegation zone up till match 36. And then they dropped in after a 2-0 defeat to Everton, and then they had City on the final day of the season. What about Brighton? Yeah, they were always down there. What about Newcastle? Yeah, they just got out of it by the skin of their teeth at the end. I'm looking for sort of the third club that were down there. West Ham were apparently that team. Very, very interesting indeed. Let's have a little look at who won the cup. So if we head up, I mean... This is going to take... no, there we go. So we've got the Community Shield. Liverpool won that 2-0. Papa John's Trophy, which is, of course, the EFL Trophy. Gillingham won that. The Builder-Base FA Trophy. The Carabao Cup, Man United won that 3-2 against Everton. So Everton got to the final of a cup for the first time in a little while. And who won the FA Cup? Liverpool. They beat Chelsea in the final. So let's have a little look at the Championship then. So I guess we go home and just go the same route. Who's coming up? So we know Brighton, Crystal Palace and Aston Villa are the teams going down. Let's have a little look at who's coming up. I mean, the playoff final hasn't been played yet, so it's going to be Brentford and Norwich that are coming through that. League table, Bournemouth won it, and Swansea are back in the Premier League, finishing in second there. Reading and Nottingham Forest were the other playoff teams. Going down were Wycombe Wanderers, Coventry City and Luton Town. I mean, Sheffield Wednesday have done really well to get up there despite their 6-point deduction. Adam Armstrong finishes as the Championship top scorer along with James Collins. No, not that one. And Andre Ayew was up there, or Ayew. Lots of Norwich players looking pretty good. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Right, let's have a little look at League One then. So MK Dons have been promoted. It looks like Peterborough are going up, so Kev will be happy. Peterborough are going up as champions, and Portsmouth are finally back in the Championship. Blackpool, Sunderland and Hull City will all, also, should be Championship clubs, and they're in the playoffs. But MK Dons that have come through that, I mean, that's a big shock, isn't it? Were MK Dons, yeah, they had a late surge. Wow, they only snuck in the last 2 games of the season. It's always the way, isn't it? Always the way. But going down, Wigan, Swindon Town, Northampton and Rochdale. Wow, very interesting there. Anybody that we massively recognise as old-timers from the Premier League, I don't really see any there. Okay, let's go down to League 2 then. So it's Grimsby or Colchester that are going up in the playoffs, but Exeter, Salford and Tranmere will go up automatically. Going down, Leyton Orient and Cheltenham, both on 44 points, interestingly. Bolton finishing 10th, that's a bit of a shocker. Keziah Sterling down in League 2. Goodness me. I do want to look at transfers and things like that. Possible manager movements. Vanarama National League, Notts County won that. Still got some playoffs going on there. Weymouth go down. Altrincham and Maidenhead. It looks like it actually hasn't finished the season yet, which is a bit curious. No idea why. Vanarama National League North, that hasn't finished either. Curzon Ashton look like they could be going down with Farsley Celtic. And then the Vanarama League South, Hungerford Town. Yeah, that hasn't finished yet. I guess because of the new COVID sort of schedule, they haven't quite got round to finishing their season just yet. But I do want to have a little look at the Premier League and the transfers that happened, and also any sort of manager movements that we've got. So there's the Premier League then. So if we go into transfers, first of all, let's see what the biggest fee was that was spent. David Neres from Ajax to Manchester City, 34 million, could rise to 44. I mean, that's not much for Man City. Diallo goes to Man United. Barrios goes to Man City. Martin Braithwaite, interestingly, from FC Barcelona to West Ham for 4.1 million. That was the fourth biggest signing of the window. I think I did have first transfer window turned off, so this was all in January. Adam Smith moved from Bournemouth to Brighton, 2.3 million. Demarai Gray, yeah, nothing else particularly there. Any free transfers that are of interest? So these are the three. Mesut Ozil, wow, went from Arsenal to Hertha Berlin for free. Wolves brought in a couple of free transfers. Right, let's have a little look at manager movements then. David Moyes got sacked. He was the first one to go. And Luciano Spalletti came in, interestingly, and actually kept them up, in fairness. Graham Potter was dismissed from Brighton just after Christmas. On the same day, Leeds got rid of Bielsa. Wow, that's crazy. Eddie Howe was brought in at Brighton. He couldn't keep them up, so second year of relegation for him. And Alberto Iglesias comes in. I'm not familiar with his work, so he's at Atletico. He's at Athletic Bilbao, which is very interesting. Aston Villa got rid of Dean Smith on the 29th of December. Goodness me, it was a busy weekend. And Michael Laudrup, wow, he made his return. Didn't do very well though, did he? Finishing bottom. Roy Hodgson, he got sacked in March. Juan Carlos Oliva, from Sheffield Wednesday, interestingly. He was the man brought in to try and save Palace. Well, you've seen how well that worked out. Wow, Nuno Espirito Santo got sacked from Wolves, and Mircea Lucescu from Dynamo Kiev was brought in to replace him. I mean, that's insane, really, those manager movements. Any interesting ones in the Championship? Michael O'Neill left Cardiff. Unconfirmed sacking, no idea why. Anything else? Graham Alexander, Philip Koku, Lee Johnson came in, Neil Warnock, Kike Sanchez Flores. Michael O'Neill left Stoke. Hang on. Oh, so he went to Cardiff, and then he's left Cardiff at the end of the season. So Santiago Solari went there. Tony Pulis came in at Huddersfield. Mark Hughes came in at Birmingham. Martin O'Neill at Bristol City. Marco Silva at QPR. Mark Bowen in at Huddersfield. Oh, hang on. Huddersfield. Pulis was sacked. Wow. And then Mark Bowen came in. And Alan Pardew. Wow, I haven't seen his name in a Football Manager game for a long time. But there he is. 59 years old now. Didn't Pardew have a stint at some sort of Greek club? Yeah, ADO Den Haag. Yeah, there you go. So he left them at the end of the season, apparently. But there you go. That's the 20 to 21 season predicted. We will just have a little look at the Champions League and see. Oh, so it's Bayern Munich versus Man City for the final. That's going to be a really interesting one. When is that taking place actually? Can we have a little look? Stages. It doesn't actually say, does it? I guess if we look on the schedule for Man City, when's that taking place? 29th of May. Right, let's continue on because it will not take long on this game. It is stupidly fast. If you've not played Football Manager 2021 yet, this game is seriously fast. It's very impressive, actually. Right, continue on. And we'll see who wins the Champions League. Are Man City going to have won it for the first time? That's going to be the question. Yes, they are. They won 2-0. Wow. Look at that. Who was in the semi-final then? Man City versus Lazio. Interesting. Paris Saint-Germain just can't get a break in the Champions League. They put out Liverpool. City beat Juventus as well. Ajax. Lazio put out Real Madrid. That's very, very interesting. Chelsea went out of Lazio. Inter Milan went out of Real Madrid, of course. Wow. Some very interesting results there. Very, very interesting. I'd love to have a look at the world transfers just before we finish off here. I think, is it on this one? And just see if there was any crazy transfers in this universe. If we pop the fee on there. So that's in 2020. No, Neres is the highest one. Well, there you have it then, and that is going to be the start of what is going to be a series of predicting videos. So please let me know down in the comment section below if there is any predictions that you'd like to see. You know, are there any leagues that you'd like to see in particular? But I am going to simulate 50 years into the future. That's going to be the next video in this particular series. So if you have enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like down below. Let me know down in the comments what you think about what's happened. I've probably missed some things, so please you know, shout me if I've missed something blatant, and subscribe for daily Football Manager content. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.